May edition of our talk with us. So, ang bisita po natin ngayon, ang ating Assistant Regional Director sa COMELEC, si Attorney Emmanuel Ignacio, para magbigay po sa atin ng update tingil dito sa nalalapit na election this coming May 9. So, yung floor open for question. So, for opening statement, maybe here, Attorney Emmanuel Ignacio, but before that, we would like also to acknowledge the presence of Colonel Nick Torre, no? Yung Assistant Regional Operations ng PNP dito sa Campo Rivas. So, good morning po. Okay, ito po si Attorney Ignacio.
Maraming salamat, classmate Deng, sa ating pong mga members ng Pampanga Press Club. Good morning po sa inyo lahat. I have also with me ang ating pong sa operations, si Colonel Nick Torre, ang ating pong partner for this election. Unang-una po, we in the COMELEC, nagkakampanya rin po kami. Our campaign is to have a clean, credible, honest, orderly, peaceful elections. So itong kampanya po namin to through the Office of the Regional Election Director, ang purpose namin po dito is number one, magkaroon ng voters education for purposes of using the new technology that we are now instituting for the May 9, 2016 elections. In-emphasize na po natin dito that we are now using a new vote counting machine, unlike in 2010 and 2013, which is the first and second automated elections, na kung saan po ang gamit pa rin natin doon is PCOS. Now we are using a new vote counting machine. Ang difference po mamaya I'll be presenting through my presentation so that you can appreciate the difference. It's like a cellphone. Kung dati po kayong naka-analog yung ating Nokia, yung po mga old users, we're now nasa Android na po tayo na system. So that's a big difference. Second, yung pong malaking difference dito would be the random access memory ng ating mga vote counting machine, which is much bigger, which is at 1 GB. Unlike po doon sa PCOS natin, which is only 32 MB. So yun lang po, you can see the difference. However, with that new technology, we need to we have to inform our voters and our partners, election partners, particularly the Board of Election Inspectors coming from the Department of Education, na magkaroon po ng seminars, and for Region 3 we spent almost 120 million just for this sa seminar ng Board of Election Inspectors natin. That's how big the po itong ating seminar for our teachers. And attuned to that, siyempre po yung ating ginagawa rin na mga voters education in the use of our vote counting machine. Ang kagandahan po dito, the innovations that were introduced for the May 9, 2016 elections is already predominant. Siyempre as technology nag-i-improve, so with our technology. Siyempre with technology comes price. Siyempre kayo po yung mga gumagamit, if you're upgrading your mga gadgets nyo, there is always cost. So for the May 9, 2016 elections, one of our campaign now is ito nga po, yung voters ed natin. And our last leg now is with Pampanga Press. So we've been radio and TV hopping. Ako po, nakadalawa na ako. This is my second for this morning. And ang purpose nga natin ito, mas maibigay pa natin yung ating importance ng ating election. So, having said that, since this Saturday and Sunday, we have already deployed our vote counting machine to the polling centers. So as of date, we have around 95% ang ating pong deployment. Kung makikita nyo po, we have the two most important counting machines na dinideploy natin. We started last Saturday and we hope to finish it by this morning. Kasi po, may mga nag-final testing and sealing na. Ang Bulacan had there already of May 3 and 4. But most of the final testing and sealing will be May 5 for the remaining provinces. So, yun po yung two most important counting machines natin, yung vote counting machine and the CCS. What's the big difference? Yung vote counting machine po, ito po yung ginagamit natin sa precinct level that will be used for our voters. Yung pong CCS, ito po yung ginagamit ng ating Board of Canvassers for purposes of the So, i-emphasize nyo po pag when you're writing the difference between the CCS and the BCM. Yung pong nakikita nyo sa polling centers, it's the BCM. But in the municipio na po, where we need to consolidate the electronically transmitted election returns coming from our BCM, ang nagka-capture po dyan, the CCS. That's why it's called Consolidation Canvassing System, CCS. So yung pong consolidation canvassing system natin, that will be the machine or the system that will be used for getting all these election returns.
Sir, ano lang, paano ba po ang proseso? Pagboto sa presinto, tapos salita transmit yun.
Sir,
tapos-
meron po akong presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, kaya lang po medyo yung CPU nila ayaw tanggapin yung...
So kinuha pa yung laptop ni Lord.
Oo po. So, mamaya po, present ko lang yan. So, I'm giving you a bird's eye view po of what will happen. So, doon sa ano po natin yan, so we are around 95% as of 12 o'clock, sir. No? As of 12 o'clock. The last remaining 5% will be delivered on or before 12 this after, 12 na today.
Okay, attorney, meron na kasi mga apprehension yung ating mga kababayan, especially dun sa pag-transport ng mga BCM natin. Nakita nila minsan nakasakay dun sa mga private vehicles, akala nila siguro mga vehicle ito ng mga ilang mga politiko. So minsan meron mga nagko-comment na meron silang apprehension. So ano po ang pwede nating sabihin dito?
Unang-una for Region 3 po, I'm speaking for Region 3 kasi yung viral na nakakita sa YouTube or sa internet, sa other region po yun. So I just want to emphasize that. Number 2, alam niyo po yung pagod po ng PNP natin and I want to appreciate po yung effort ng ating pong Philippine National Police under the auspices of our good General Regional Director Rudy Lacadin. For giving time po, they're working now 24 hours. Nakasecure po yan. From Manila, dadaan po sa regional hub natin. Regional hub papunta na po sa mga polling centers. Kasama po parati ang PNP. 24 hours. So dahil na-deploy na po natin yung nauna last Sunday, we have already deployment in the polling centers. Doon na po natutulong ng ating police. 24 hours, 3 shifts for 8 hours. So yan po, ang ano po natin, siyempre yung patriotic duty ng ating pong mga PNP, we have to acknowledge that also dahil pag nandun po sila, siyempre yung pagkain, everything, although may binibigay po ang ating PNP sa kanila pero very minimal yan. So talagang patriotic duty. So isa yan. So these are the for Region 3 ang sinasabi ko po, unlike in other region. Kasi hindi po pwedeng kasi I saw one viral do sa YouTube, isinakay do sa red colored car na I think it's Toyota, doon lang sa likod ng truck. Hindi po never po nangyari dito sa Region 3 yan. Because of the strict And we have information na yung pong nakasakay doon sa likod ng kotse nyo, hindi po yung BCM na gagamitin, but these are the BCM roadshow natin. Meaning BCM roadshow, kasi lahat po ng region, we were given 2 machines for purposes sa voters ed.
Demo.
Opo, ang tawag po namin yan, demo vote counting machine. Hindi po yun ang gagamitin. So yung pong sabi ng EID, but I do not have personal knowledge on that, pero yun ang sinabi sa amin. That's the reason why daw, kasi ata yung isang election officer will be conducting his vote education. That's the reason why nato po sa likod.
Okay, the floor is open. So Dean,
Take the presentation.
Presentation.
Okay.
Ginawa lang yung adapter. HDMI yan.
Thank you, Sir Deng.
Iwanin ang adapter.
Attorney Ignacio, sir, good morning. Good morning sa ating lahat. I'm Nick Torre, the Operations Officer of PRO3. I'm the staff of General Lacadin in terms of operations, lalo na dito sa election yan. So last Monday, I think marami naman sa inyo yata is nandun eh. No?
Wala. Ibang set ito.
Ibang set ba? All the while, I thought kaya relax ako na pumunta, sabi ko, because we're going just to repeat what we've said last Monday afternoon. Kaya nga, ang dinala ko na lang na kodigo ko yung BlackBerry na lang eh. Although I can also present it using the mini HDMI. Kung may mini HDMI dyan, pwede nating ma-present. As of the moment, PRO3 is already in full force. 5 days, almost 5 days to go na lang, and it's election time. We've been preparing for this since December 2015, and nasa last leg nga tayo. And as of the moment, nasa 80-90% deployment na kami. Especially those on areas where the BCMs were already distributed in their polling centers.
We're talking about how many PNP personnel?
We're talking of right now we have as of the last count 8,765.
Correct.
8,765
PNP na
ang
service.
PNP personnel natin. Ngayon, ang army natin, the last time that they presented,
862.
they presented something like 862, but we are asking them to actually, as directed and as agreed at the top headquarters, they're going to add more army personnel because the PNP is invoking the fact that there is a 60-40 distribution of the COMELEC funds. So we're expecting them to also, maybe, if they cannot keep up with our numbers of 60-40, kung sa 8,000, ang 40% yan, 3,000 plus yan. If they cannot keep up at least half or maybe 2,000 personnel ang i-commit nila sa ating
Ano
deployment.
po budget ninyo?
1,000 per capita.
1,000?
Yes.
1,000 per person?
1,000 per person.
Food na po yun.
Yes, everything. All in.
What about gasoline? Kasama natin.
Kasama dyan yung sa 1,000 na yan ang pagmamahal sa bayan at por la patria. Pero talagang gano'n, sanay tayo dyan kasi sabi ni Attorney Ignacio kanina,
Patriotic duty.
yes, that is a patriotic
1,000
duty.
per day yun, ano?
No. For the whole duration is our people will be given 1,000. Actually, yung mga tao na yun,
Since Tuesday ang
I
deployment.
think natanggap na nila yung pera nila. Yes, they have already received their money. And that will be until kung hanggang kailan matapos ang gulo ng election.
1,000 na yan.
Yes, kung may kwan yan, ibig sabihin, kung may mga protesta pa yan at ang kanilang election sa kanilang polling center ay madidelay,
Matatagalan pa.
they will still
Ay, hindi
hold
per
the
day
line.
yan, hindi per day.
Hindi per day yan, sir. Hindi per day.
200 pesos.
Mga ganun, sir. Yes,
Approximately
approximately 150 per day. Dahil nagsimula sila nung... Nagsimula na ngayon eh.
Yeah.
Sir?
Sir, kaya na sila nag-start?
Last Monday.
The full deployment started last Monday.
Last Monday.
Yes.
Hanggang kailan po?
Kaya actually, tinawag
Plus 2 days after election because of the reverse logistics. The reverse logistics will still be secured by the PNP.
So 9 days.
Yes.
9 days pare.
Talagang patriotic duty yan, talagang por na patria na trabaho yan. Like with the teachers, hindi natin dinidiscount din ang ating mga kasama na mga guro, ang kanilang sakripisyo sa bayan natin regarding this exercise.
Sir,
Kapag merong nangyari sa isang barangay na kailangan andun pa rin sila beyond the 9 days expected duration, they have to be...
Yes sir. Actually, ganito, may tatlong concentric rings of deployment natin. Yung first ring natin, yung main front line natin ng mga tao, yan yung mga naka-deploy sa public assistance desk. Yung public assistance desk on election day are those same people who are now guarding the BCM. And there are also the same people who actually sinundo nila yung mga BCM na yan sa provincial hub eh. And then dinala sa kanilang polling center. Tapos sa polling center, binantayan nila yan after testing and sealing. Because after testing and sealing, the BCMs are already ready for deployment. Talagang babantayan ng pulis yan na walang unauthorized access. Because tested and sealed na yan eh. Kumbaga, hindi na po pwedeng pakialaman yan dahil anything unauthorized done on it could compromise its integrity.
so, ibig po ninyo sabihin, sir, pati yung pagdadala sa mga municipal o mga city after yung election, sila din na mag-escort.
Yes sir. So yun ang first ring natin. After nung pads natin, pag umalis yung mga teachers, maghahati sila. May maiwan na magbabantay sa mga BCMs, although medyo siyempre, mas mababa na yung risk ng BCM dahil tapos na eh. Ang malaking risk ngayon doon, yung mga election paraphernalia, including the memory cards na dala-dala ng mga BEIs. Because as the COMELEC had emphasized, these things, especially the printed, the papers, no, those are subject for protest. So pati until the transportation, ang integrity ng mini-maintain natin. Because while, of course, tapos na yung resulta na i-transmit na sa canvassing area, sa canvassing centers, kailangan pa rin natin i-maintain ang integrity ng balota na yun, na hawak-hawak ng mga BEIs. Because those can be subject for protest. So, mayroon tayong police na magbabantay din doon. Yun pa rin yung mga galing sa PAD. So, makita nyo kung gaano kahaba yung trabaho nila. Because, may iba rin mga police na nasa second ring naman. Yung second ring naman natin, kinluster natin ang mga polling centers natin. And in this cluster, meron tayong QRT. Yung QRT na yun, composite ng PNP and AFP, nandun ang hardware natin. Nandun kung magpapadala ng armor ang AFP nandun sa QRT na yon. So pag may problema,
Ilan po yan?
may mga sectors tayo, sir. Marami tayong QRT ngayon, sir, na sinasectorize natin. Hanggang ngayon, fluid pa ang ating situation because as the INSUM, the intelligence summary changes, the situation changes, we are,
Ilang bawat QRT na?
ang QRT natin, sir, bawat isang QRT natin, sir, is 8 police na isang team, basically isang team, with yes, sir, with vehicle, and then may support na army na isang team din. So, mga 16 na tao ang isang QRT natin. So, as of the moment, ang last count namin is nasa 108 ang QRTs natin.
Okay, sir. O yung mga checkpoint natin activated ba rin during the
QRT yan, sir. Yung QRT, naka-standby yan, sir, sa mga kalsada. Tapos, sila yung, at the same time, they are conducting checkpoint during the time na naka-standby sila. Ang pinaka-downtime nila, checkpoint. Yes, pinaka-downtime nila yun. Tapos, pag may problema sa isang malapit na pods or sa isang polling center, sila ang magre-react. And then, ang third ring natin, yung mga nagbabantay na ng transmission facilities, ng power facilities, yung mga maiiwan ng mga tao sa estasyon. Third ring natin yun. Meron ulit tayong mga pulis na nakadesignate doon at meron ding support ng AFP.
Ilan po yung election hotspot?
As of the moment, ang election hotspots, actually, hindi natin tiniterm na talaga siya na election hotspots. Ano?
Watch list.
Although, may watch list of areas. 20 for the moment. No? Pero, hindi na namin gustong emphasize actually kung as the guidance of the regional director, pare-pareho ang ating pagtingin sa lahat ng areas na yan. Dahil hindi ibig sabihin na wala sa hotspots yan. Ang parameter kasi ng hotspots, yung mga previous election incidents eh. Na hindi ibig sabihin na walang insidente rito sa lugar ito last election, pwede na tayo mag-relax yan. Ito ano ba nagkaroon? Because one incident is one more than necessary or one more than we can accept. So, we really try to limit it to zero.
Okay, sir. Wala na po bang mangyayaring regodon sa PNP before the election?
For the moment, I think the law has already provided that there will be already status quo on the status of the PNP and the AFP, except under extraordinary circumstances. Nababasa niyo sa dyaryo, merong regodon nga sa Krame, may mga relief and designation no? Sa Krame because of some very urgent matters na dapat i-address. However, under the general circumstances, under normal circumstances, ito na yun.
Dagdagan ko lang po yung nasabi po ni Colonel Torre. One is, doon po that's the reason why during our press conference last Monday, we overemphasized the fact na ang preparations po natin is like COMELEC control. Kaya nga po, hindi namin po sinasabi namin na ang preparations talaga is tip-top. Kasi when you're preparing, it's like strategy and tactics. Dapat talagang over and above yung preparations natin. That's the reason why we prepared as if all of our provinces and cities and municipalities are under COMELEC control. Yun po yung ating emphasis. Second, doon po sa tandaan po natin, starting March 25, ang operational supervision and control over the Philippine National Police already belongs to COMELEC. Ang ating pong local chief executive under Republic Act 7160, yung local government code natin, nakalagay po doon that the local chief executive exercise supervision and control over the Philippine National Police except 30 days before and 30 days thereafter. Therefore, dahil 30 days po yan, starting po ng April 9, hindi ang operation supervision and control over the Philippine National Police belongs to COMELEC. And that's the reason why for Region 3, nagkakaroon po tayong regodon dito, dinidiscuss po namin ni General Lacadinya. If he wants to move Chief of Police, Provincial Directors, dinidiscuss po namin yan in detail. So once na nag-go po kami sa COMELEC, yun po yung ating movement. Second, doon po sa movement natin, tama po si Colonel Torre din doon na need basis lang. In case that we know that there are partisan members of the Philippine National Police, i-relieve po natin yan. So we did that in 2007, we're doing it in 2010, and particularly in 2016, we're doing that.
Good.
How many have been relieved because of partisan participation? So,
Before the start po, nag-relieve na po kami. So we have an understanding, kasi po yan po yung beauty of having a regional joint security control center mandated by law, wherein before the start of the campaign period, meron na po tayong RJSCC. Ang purpose po nito is a triumvirate. We have COMELEC, PNP, AFP, plus law enforcement agency. So just po sa lahat ng natin dyan, yung mandated and deputized agencies natin kasama natin. And we have a specific guidance before the start of January 10, yung meeting namin po nung last year, to already make the Rigodon before January 10. So yung pong alam natin na medyo may partisanship, yung po na-Rigodon na po yung lahat. So siguro yung specifics po niya na hindi na po namin na may bigay sa inyo yung specifics doon the Rigodon. What is important here is we started with the Rigodon way back before January 10.
And also, if I may add, ang PNP very proactive sa ganyang mga bagay. So there was already, before the start of the election period, there was already a census taken on the PNP regarding personnel who have relatives to the third degree consanguinity and affinity na tumatakbo sa election na to. So pag may relative ka na tumatakbo, talagang ita-transfer ka outside the area kung saan tumatakbo yung kamag-anak mo.
Up to third degree.
Panyan, preventive lang. That's standard
degree?
procedure.
Third degree.
Standard procedure, third degree yun.
On the part of COMELEC naman po, we have already implemented 100% reshuffle of all our regional election directors and provincial election supervisors, including our election officers. So, naribon na po lahat except po ako. Ako lang nag-stay. So, siguro dahil last 2013, pinagbigyan ko naman po yung commission na nalagay tayo sa Mimaropa. So, sabi ko, baka boss, makakatulad ng 2016. And because my boss is medyo retirable na rin, so kailangan niya rin po ng isang good operation and administrative person. So, nirepeat po ako ng commission for review. But 100% po ang ano natin, ang reshuffle except po ako.
Okay, so with your indulgence, yung presentation ni attorney, medyo nagkaroon ng technical na problem. So, i-explain na lang na sa atin kung paano yung procedure dito sa darating na election.
Okay. So, ganito po mangyayari. So, emphasize lang po natin yung layering. Ang layer po natin, we have the polling centers, doon po connected ating mga precinct. Ang precinct po natin, we have established and clustered. For the May 9, 2016 elections, for the whole of Region 3, we have a total of 9,510 clustered. Out of the more than 14,000 po yan, para may idea lang kayo. So of the 14,000 established precincts, we clustered that into 9,510. Doon po sa 9,510 per clustered precinct, as per COMELEC resolution po yan, we clustered it a minimum of 3 precincts up to 4. Kada presinto po, maximum of 200. So assuming that it is 400, ang minimum po natin is 600 to 800 registered voters. Yun po. In 2010-2013, kung matatandaan niyo po, particularly in the first automated election, 1,000 po yung atin. Kaya nakita namin because of the sheer number of queuing sa voters natin. In 2019 po, for 2016, we reduced that from 1,000 to asaya sa maximum of 800. So yan po yan. So, having said that, so meron na tayong polling center, we have the precinct. Yung precinct po natin is manned by our Board of Election Inspectors. So itong Board of Election Inspectors natin have their machine called vote counting machine. So kung 9,510 po yan, we have a total of 9,510 because BCM machines naka-staggered. Kaya lang po meron tayong 2 BCM na contingency BCM kada munisipyo. So additional of 2 each sa kada munisipyo. Ang purpose po niyan, in case na may masira, they can be used by our as contingency BCM. So on election day, mag-start po tayo 6 o'clock in the morning. Take note, 6 na po. The reason na ginawa po ng COMELEC yan because of the decision of the Supreme Court in the case of Bagong Bayan BCM, Bagong Bayan BNP versus COMELEC, wherein COMELEC is required to print the voter's receipt. So, ang mangyari po niyan, so 6 o'clock na ngayon, up to 5. However, take note, na if there are still registered voters, 5 o'clock and onwards, they can still vote as long as they are within the 30 meters radius and provided that their names will be listed by our members of the Board of Election Inspectors. So, yung mga nalista na lang po after 5, ang po pwede pong makaboto. So, assuming 6 o'clock hanggang sa 5, so, mangyari po niyan, pagdating po natin voter, titingnan niya po yung kanyang pangalan doon sa precinct computers voters since we have 2 lists. Yung nasa labas, kung nakikita pag bumoto kayo doon sa may pintuan, it's called PCBL, Precinct Computerized Voters List. Nakalist lang po dito, pangalan lang. So, we emphasize during our voters education ng ating po mga voters should see and know their names as printed doon sa ating PCBL. Tandaan niyo po yung 3 to 4. Pag hindi niyo po nakita doon sa unang listahan, hanapin nyo po doon sa remaining pa na presinto. Kasi yung iba, ay wala yung pangalan ko, hindi nila alam, clustered po ito. So because it is clustered, they have to look in yung PCBL as contained in that clustered precinct. So if you have 3 or 4 clustered precinct, kung di mo nakita sa isa, hanapin mo pa doon sa remaining clustered precinct. So once na nakita nyo yun, yes sir.
Joey.
Di ba alphabetical arrange yan? Alphabetical.
Yes po, alphabetical per precinct.
Per percent. So, kung hindi nyo nakita dito sa...
Cluster A.
For example, cluster precinct number 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A. Hindi mo nakita ang pangalan mo sa precinct number 1A, hanapin mo doon sa 2A. Kung wala sa 2A, 3A. Kung wala sa 3A, 4A. Kung hindi mo pa rin nakita sa 4A, wala ka talaga doon.
So, within the school...
Cluster.
Nasa school po yan. Opo.
So yung mall voting, wala na yan, no?
Okay, yung... alam niyo po, maganda po na-raise niyo yung mall voting na yan. Bear in mind, we have Section 153. This is our predicament nung kaming sa field. When it was raised before us ni Chairman, we are already insisting na baka hindi natin ma-implement yung mall voting. Because under Section 153, you cannot transfer your precinct 120 days before the elections. So because nag-start na yung election period ng January 10, you cannot anymore transfer our polling center. And precisely, hindi na nga na-issue yung COMELEC resolution on mall voting because on that predicament under Section 153 of the Omnibus
So
Election
final
Code.
na wala na.
So nangyari po dyan, wala na po yung mall voting. Sir, may question.
Joey.
So I go lang po, tanong lang po kayo para hindi po nyo
Sir,
makita.
yung mga something na sa ating tao sigurado. Anong rules sa pag-declare ng candidate? For example, pag halimbawa yung maliliit na tao natapos na ng alas 12 ng gabi, pwede na siyang i-declare ng alauna o kailangan umaga tapos
Ano yung pwedeng
sa
i-declare?
estimate niyo
Yung,
sir.
yung
Opo.
local
Siyempre,
siguro.
Sir, pwede kong idugtong lang doon, nasa bandang huli po, if you don't mind po, with your permission po. Diretso ko lang po. So, 6 to 5 po yan. So, once na natapos na tayo dyan, at the end of 5 o'clock, tandaan po natin, at the end of 5 o'clock, ang kagandahan po dito, ang teacher hindi magbibilang. It will be the machine. Ang gagawin lang po nila, they will just push a button, doon sa screen. Touch screen po ito. They will close voting. After the closed voting, automatically, magko-consolidate na po lahat ng boto from 6 to 5. Kaya nga teacher natin ayaw na mag-serve na under a manual election. Dahil dito, hindi na sila magbibilang. That's the most important thing. Wala nang hindi na, po.
Wala nang bareta.
Kaya nga ayaw na nila mag-serve sa isang manual election because of this. So, opo. Tapos nagkakamali ka pa, didemanda ka ng mga natalong candidates.
Totoo yan.
So,
Ano pa naman what?
opo.
So yung mga mayor outside na pwede dito.
So, diretso po natin para ano po. So, once na nagano po yan at 5 o'clock, magano na po yan, magko-consolidate na. Ano lang po to, mga 1 minute and 30 seconds na po yan. After that, magpiprint na po ng 8 election returns.
How soon magkakaroon ng resulta?
Diretso ko sir. Nainip na. Sir, bilisan ko lang ng konti. Nainip na po kami. Diretso ko lang sir, para makita nyo lang po yung process. So magano na po, yung mga 90 seconds to 120 seconds, magpiprint na po ng election returns yan. 8 noon na. Pagkatapos po niyan, magta-transmit na siya ng election return na transmission do sa CCS sa munisipyo.
Municipal or city.
That's-
Via internet.
Opo, via ano po yan, via virtual private network. I just want to emphasize, yung ginagamit po natin na backbone dito is not your ordinary internet. We have bought a separate line. It's called a VPN, Virtual Private Network. Yung Virtual Private Network, nakasoli lang sa amin yan. Binili po natin yung linyang yan. Dedicated for this transmission. So once na-transmit po doon sa ating CCS, yung Consolidation Canvassing System, makukuha na po lahat yan. Now, ganito po ang tanong. So after the printing of the 8 election returns, pag nag-successful yung transmission successful, magpiprint na po siya na remainder of the 22 to complete the 30. Bakit ko in-emphasize po ito? Ang sabi nila, po pwede nilang hack yung pag nag-transmit kami. Bear in mind, kahit ma-hack po nila, we have already printed 8 copies of the election returns, hard copy. Para po yan, ma-compare do sa transmission. Second, after the election po ng 5 o'clock, we'll be having a random manual audit test to determine, may mga teachers po tayo dedicated for random manual audit test. Ang purpose lang po dyan is to check yung pong manually counted official ballot with the election return as printed by our BCM. Pag hindi po nagpantay yan, definitely we will call the center para po i-hold yung proclamation ng ating winning candidates. So, yun po yung importante. Second, so, going further, so, assuming na wala pong problema, so, balikan lang po natin konti. So, makikita nyo, from 6 in the morning up to 5, wala pong connected po dito na na any cable for transmission. Kaya sabi nila, i-hack daw nila from 6 to 5. How can you hack something that is stand alone? Huwag na po natin, kumbaga, if you're an IT capable person, imposible tingnan mo lang yung BCM, makukuha mo na mapapalitan mo na yung laman. Kaya alam niyo po, so from 6 to 5, wala po tayong connection for transmission. You will only connect the transmission cable after printing the 8 copies. Precisely nga, because Republic Act 9369, which is the automation law, requires that you have to print first a hard copy before transmission. Para po pag nakadikit ka na, that's the only time na may transmission line ka. Correct, precisely. So from 6 to 5 o'clock, there is no transmission cable that is connected to the vote counting machine. So it's basically impossible na ma-hack mo yun dahil walang transmission line.
So we'll turn on the connection.
Opo.
Transmission.
Okay. So pag 5 o'clock po, assuming nagprint na po ng 8, siguro mga 120 seconds, nagprint na tayo sa election return, automatic po yon, magta-transmit siya po, ready to transmit, sasabihin lang po ng teacher natin yes. So ikakabit na po nila yung ating pong cable, dalawa pong choice nila. So nagkaroon po tayo ng transmission test, yung talagang malalayo, like for example, yung isa nating island barangay sa Lubao and Guagua, and some parts of Santa Rita and Sasmuanata. So they have a much bigger transmission cable. Hindi po sila gumagamit ng USB stick, gamit na po nila doon BGAN, Broad Global Area Network. Yung malalaki na po, satellite na po yung gamit nila. But nasa tabi na po ng Angeles, ganyan, City of San Fernando, they're just using a USB stick. Okay, so assuming meron pong smart may globe depending on the signal. Opo. Take note, hindi po ordinary signal yan. Doon po sa ano yan, sa munisipyo.
Pero ano yan? Ano yung connection?
It's a virtual private network na dedicated. We bought that from Globe and Smart. So depende po yan kung ano po yung malakas na signal based on the transmission test na ginawa natin way back January pa.
So once na nandun na sa canvassing.
Okay. So once, ang kagandahan naman po, laptop po siyang ganito, yung we're now, so iwan na po natin yung polling center.
Yeah.
Ang output po doon, election returns. Merong hard copy, merong kang soft copy, yung electronically transmitted doon sa ating sa Board of Canvassers. Ang Board of Canvassers po natin, malalaki po doon, may disk. Malaki po kung nakita nyo in 2010, 2013, malalaki po yung disk natin. But now, because of the technology, gamit po natin sinlaki lang ng laptop, ano po yung bigan natin, nakalabas doon sa munisipyo lang, nakaganon. Laptop lang po siya ng maliit, doon na po pumapasok lahat ang ating mga electronically transmitted election returns. Now, ito pong ating CCS, sasabihin niya po ilan na yung sasabihin niya. Kaya nga po maganda rin ulit, kami sa Board of Canvassers, makikita nyo what is now the percentage of transmission for a particular period. So once you got the 100%, sasabihin niya 100% green, po pwede na po kayo mag-print ng mga election reports. Ang unang-una dyan is consolidation report. Ko-consolidate niya, ano po yan, minutes lang, mga 2 to 3 minutes. Then after that, you can already print the most important certificate of canvass and proclamation of the winning candidate. Now the question is, from 5 o'clock na nag-end ng boto, what is the earliest na pwede mag-proclaim? Ako masasabi ko at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock evening po ng ano natin, we can already proclaim winning candidates for municipal down the line. 9 o'clock.
Mayors.
Opo ng gabi of May 9.
Barring
May
other problems.
Assuming for the sake of argument na walang problema, much earlier. Siguro, ako po in 2010 and 2013, ang experience po namin na, if you still remember in 2010, there was this, I think it's Mayor Lim, who was the first to be proclaimed at almost 8 o'clock. Opo, in 2010.
O yung mga provincial.
Sir, walang safety nets, halimbawa lang. Tapos na, kasi iba umaga, pwede mo kalaunan ng alas 2, pwede?
Oh yes, kasi once the Board of Canvassers already nagano, wala na pong tulog yun. Sabi ko sa kanila, huwag niyong papatay, wala pong patayin ng machine yan, dire-diretso yan. And that's the reason why, kasi po ako rin I was the resource person, ako po yung speaker sa Board of Canvassers na doon. So kayo po, ang gagawin nyo dyan, Magano po kayo? Going back, may question po kayo, baka makalimutan ko lang. Going back to the polling center. Alam niyo po, the reason na we are requesting our members from media to get a media pass is for you to go inside the polling center. Pero alam niyo po, sometimes sinasabi ko, hindi niyo naman kasi wala na rin kayong choice kasi natapos na po. Hindi naman niyo po kailangan kumuha na rin ng media pass for purposes of kukuha kayo ng coverage. Hindi naman po dahil election period, prohibit namin kayo. However, because you lack the media pass, hindi nyo naman kailangan pumasok sa presinto. You can cover from outside. Meron kayong ID, you're carrying your media outfit, you can go anywhere you like. And we cannot prohibit you from doing your duty.
Outside, sana outside.
Opo, kaya lang yun nga, because you lack the media pass, sinabihan namin yung mga teachers, because of this, hindi kayo po pwede. And because of that also, hindi naman di kayo po pwede magpasok ng any capturing device kasi sa loob mismo ng presinto, bawal ang camera and yung ganyan. We will prohibit the use of any capturing device, particularly ito pong so with that in premise, ba't kailangan nyo pa yung media pass? Di ba? So, doon na kayo sa labas, tapos mag-cover. Ang laki ng pintuan, may bintana, shoot ka doon. Tapos you just cover. Anyway, hindi nyo naman po kailangan na nando sa loob.
Yes.
So, kami po sabi ko, hindi mo naman kailangan yan. Anyway,
So, kaya
yes sir. Opo.
Pero, concern ko,
Pero wag po kayo magpo-focus sa particular kasi in 2010 pinocus nila yung official ballot ni ERAP. Nakita hindi niya binoto si yung kasama niya, binoto niya si Loren Legata. Kaya hindi pwede po yung ganun, sir.
yeah, double lang ang ko, Jeopardy ako ngayon. PWD tsaka senior citizen.
Opo.
May special, may deputy.
Even in the first automated election in 22nd, parati pong emphasize yan, even under the manual election, ang PWD, senior citizen and pregnant women, meron po sila separate line. However, sir, ang problema natin, kung doon sa presinto mo, marami kayong senior citizen.
Oo, yun nga po.
So, mangyayari po nyo, pipila po rin po kayo doon sa senior citizen special line. Hindi po kayo pipila sa regular line. Kaya lang po sabi niya, senior citizen kami, problema, siya po yung senior citizen, nagkapila isa po, kapila po kayo lang.
Nasa courtesy lane ka, huwag ka magalala.
Opo.
Hindi.
Pero hindi po kayo
Lahat
regular.
ng presinto meron ganyan, ha?
Yes, sir. In-emphasize po natin yan. Yes, sir.
Okay.
100%. Senior citizen nata si Kabong.
Tony, on the provincial level, yung mga governor, vice governor,
Okay.
mga congressman, kailan
So,
mapaproblema yan?
let's go up. So, yung CCS po ng mga Municipal and City Board of Canvassers, ang projection namin kung wala talagang problema as early as 8, pero more or less mga 10 dapat tapos. Now, yung pong once na natapos na po yung canvassing ng ating mga municipal and city, they will now electronically transmit doon po sa provincial. Take note, yung pong ating is will print before po sila mag-transmit, they will be printing the first 12 certificate of canvass bago po sila mag-transmit. Ang purpose ulit, that they should have a hard copy. So after printing the 12, magta-transmit na po sila doon sa Provincial Board of Canvasser, and the Provincial Board of Canvasser na po, makakapag-proclaim yan siguro after 10 o'clock pataas, assuming na walang problema. Ang question, kung wala siyang kalaban po, pwede bang, ako ang sabi ko po is, we have to complete the canvassing. Complete na lang.
So, bibilahin pa rin ang boto niya. Kahit
Opo. Although, under the rules, kung manual election yan, even one vote, you can already proclaim. Kaya na sir, dahil automated tayo, hindi naman natin pwedeng ipigilan lang na dahil may nakaboto na, pigil na. Hindi. So, isa lang po yung printing. So, the reason because of this consolidated election returns and certificate of canvass, ang mangyayari po dyan, we have to print all of the certificate of canvass and proclamation before proclaiming our winning candidates.
So, the process is from the precinct, pupunta sa munisipyo.
Opo,
Munisipyo,
precinct,
provincial.
election, BCM magtatransmit mo na election returns electronically. Yung munisipyo may CCS. Yung CCS po, magko-consolidate yan pag 100%, will also be printing election reports. Ang report po dyan is certificate of canvass. Yung certificate of canvass, itatransmit naman po doon sa probinsya using also CCS. Pagkatapos po ng probinsya, natapos siya na, proclaim, magtatransmit naman po siya sa dalawa po. Because this is a presidential election, one will be transmitted to the National Board of Canvasser for purposes of proclaiming senators and party lists. Yung isa po, tatransmit natin sa Congress for purposes of proclaiming President and Vice President. So, separate na po yan. So, kung makikita nyo along the line, dapat po within 3 days, we have already proclaimed a new President and Vice President.
3 days, ha?
3 days. Yun po ang contract natin na in-emphasize po ni Chairman Andy Bautista that we should be able to proclaim within 72 hours the President and Vice President. Yun po daw ang contract. Para po siguro ano yan, parang infrastructure. Pag lumagpas ka, may penalty ka dapat.
Walang hijacking
So
at
meanwhile,
any point in the transmission.
Ako po personally hindi nyo po ma-hijack because yung pong seconds is only seconds, kahit kagaling mo.
Yung jammer po, hindi na maapekto ng mga jammer.
Okay, maganda pong tanong yan. Worst case scenario po, for example, there was a failure of transmission from the precinct to our board of canvasser. Ang sabi po, ang guidance ngayon is, in case of failure of transmission, yung SD card, take note, hindi na po CF, yung di ba natandaan 2010, 2013, problema natin kaya nagtagal ang SD card na po ngayon. So doon sa mga magaling sa IT, SD card is better than the CF card. Now, yung SD card na po yan, ira-write protect na po doon sa and dadalhin nila personally doon sa board of canvasser for manual uploading. Kaya po lahat na po yung nasa safety net natin. So at the end of the day, ang tinitingnan po natin dito, ako nakikita ko po, sabi, ano bang problema sa automated? Wala. Ang problema po dyan is before the vote counting machine. Ang problema namin nakikita, before the vote counting machine, doon nag-start ang problema. Kasi because of the automated election in 2010, 2013, and 2016, na-institutionalize po, alam nyo, vote buying. And because of this vote buying, kasi before the PCOS na lahat, before the BCM na lahat yan. So because of this, nagkakaroon tayong problema on vote buying. However, ang COMELEC in 2013 started already the creation of a new unit. It's called Campaign Finance Office. Pag nag-over, para to determine yung pong overspending at itong mga vote buying natin.
Yung ano masasabi nyo doon sa mga nagko-complain sa Hong Kong na binoto si Bongbong, lumabas yung nasa?
Alam nyo po, chinecheck po namin mabuti yan. Kasi alam nyo po, it's easy to say na gano'n po. Pero ako po as an IT person, ang hirap ata dahil yung, for example, pinasok mo mangga, lalabas santol. Parang ang hirap. Ako po personally, sa mga nakakaintindi po sa ating computer, can you make an operating system works on a different line? Sabi nila, hindi kaya kasi magagaling ng tao. Let's see. Anyway po, what is important here, sir, we have a random manual audit test. Kung sakaling iba yung official ballot natin na manually counted and the election return printed, doon po natin makikita ang difference. And therefore, we will not proclaim the winning candidate for that position if there is a discrepancy. Random manual audit test. Yun po ang ano namin. Yun ang aming panglaban doon. Yes, sir.
May mga boto pang dinakaw. Pero kahit na yung boto, ibigay mo sa kalaban, yung malayo ba yun na pang? Pwede
Opo.
na declare?
Okay. Dahil nga po, ang printing natin is sa computerized po ito. Ang sabi namin po doon sa mga tao namin is, complete the canvas. Complete the canvas. However, there is this COMELEC resolution which allows us for lowering of threshold. Pero ako sa Region 3, even when I was in Mimaropa, makikita nyo po doon sa congressional inquiry yan. In 2013, yung Mimaropa was one of the 5 na hindi nag-lower yung threshold. Ako po, dahil nasa Region 3 ako, I advise all of my election officers and provincial election supervisor not to lower threshold. So, ang gagawin po natin dyan, dapat complete. Kaya lang, sabi ko nga sir, to answer your question, pwede nyo pong gawin yon. Kaya lang, you have to complete the printing of our election reports. Pwede po. Pwede. Kaya lang, hindi po pwede yung, hindi po tapos yung, ibig sabihin ko po yung, para pong may pinasok ka, for example, nagpasok ka sa Tambiolo, kung ilan po yung balls doon, 10, dapat yung 10 bola mabilang bago po nyo, hindi po pwedeng isang bola na nagpo-proclaim ka na, parang gano'n.
Sir, ano pang nakikita niyo problema? Especially sa mga remote areas, mga villages.
Okay.
Ano nakikita?
Ang nakita po namin dito, siyempre, yung ating, kaya nga that's the reason why po siguro, kausap po yung Army kahapon, yung mga internal security operations nila, in other parplang barangays, kasi yung Army talaga, we have to beef up its internal security operations para po ma-check itong mga private armed groups.
Ang private arm group.
Opo. The rest siguro, PNP po na ang bahala do sa remainder of the peace and order. May random manual audit yan nga po. Opo, Armat. So with that Armat siguro, I think yung pong question do sa iba yung binilang, doon po na natin makikita.
Attorney, alam ko kami din niyo yung mga taga-electric provider. Baka yung brown up, ano mga assurance natin.
Siguro sir, yung NGCP will be discussed by General Torre. NGCP po.
Meron din siya threat, yung mga corridor, baka bobombahin o
Yes, sir. Very nice, sir, that you've been listening to the concentric rings of deployment. The third ring is the one responsible for the security of the transmission lines, including the power lines. And yes, last Monday, we have already invited the NGCP. Although, prior to Monday, last Monday, NGCP already briefed us on the contingency measures, contingency plan that they have come up with respect to the possible scenarios that we had asked them. So meron na silang mga reserve power source, meron silang mga protocols regarding sa rotating brownouts nila, ano yung mga priority areas nila pag halimbawa magkaroon ng cascading brownouts. Meron silang, they have already presented to us their contingency plan, and we are in continuous liaison with them.
Ilang rings yan?
3 rings, sir. 3 rings. The first ring are the front line. The innermost ring are the PADS. The police assistance desk in every clustered precincts. Sila rin yung mga taong nagsisecure ng VCM during this phase where testing and sealing is being done. Then the second ring are the QRTs, the quick reaction teams composed of the PNP and the AFP. Ang standby force, ang pinaka-downtime nila is conducting the checkpoints in our major thoroughfares. They are assigned in a cluster of polling centers, and they are the ones who will be responsible as the first reinforcements who will be providing help to any beleaguered polling center.
So yung third.
Ang third ring are those who are the third ring, yun yung mga police and AFP personnel who are designated to perform the regular police functions like and render police services na non-election related like traffic accidents, police response dahil may isang nakawan or whatever. So these people are also designated as are also tasked to provide security to transmission lines and to power lines. Okay. So yun yung ating 3 rings of deployment.
Lord of the Rings pala.
Okay, time noted.
Attorney na-mention kanina yung mga 1/6 plus strike. I think there are 20.
Yes.
You have been deployed in Haspat Air in Isabela, Tawi-Tawi, and Novisia. How are these 20 compared to?
Wala po yun. Kumbaga scale of 1 to 10, 0.5 lang po itong mga sinasabi nila. So, anyway, just to give you a brief history po nyo, no? Originally, ang PNP po natin, there were 28. Para makakuha nyo lang po, there were 28 election matrix areas for the whole of Region 3. But as of March 30, after March 30, nagkaroon na po ng validation and screening ang ating PNP Manila, and they were able to reduce that to 20. So ito po yung mga, ang kaganda po rito, there were 4 categories. Ang nasa category natin sa 20 yan, walang category 2, all category 1. Meaning, meron lang intense political rivalry. Sabi nga dito sa Kapampangan, asbuk mo ita kanya. Pati mong anak kanya. Wala pong kasing yung napuntahan ko na may namamatay, 66 ang patay, 8 kapitan, ubos. Parang ganun.
Kapalutuan, ayun sa Lucia.
Opo. Doon sa Nueva Ecija, sir, in 2004 to 2007. In 2007, when I was there, when I declared it under common control, 66 po yung patay namin doon. 12 kapitan ang namatay. And after that, meron pa.
Yung marami rin kapitan napatay yan.
Meron po kami, pero validated, 2 lang po yun.
Yung po sa Araya.
Opo. Doon.
Inatang 4 na.
2 pa lang yung validated, sir, natin na kapitan na namatay doon sa Nueva Ecija for the start of the election period.
Ano ba siya?
I think 1 in Cabanatuan and the other one is in Talavera.
Pero hindi napatay na dinaril, pero...
Nabuhay sir yan, magaling sir yan, may agimat.
Doctor, yung sa Bulacan, sa Pandi Bulacan.
Okay. Yung Pandi kasi, yung ating PPCRB doon, submitted already a request to declare. Alam niyo po, anyway, wag na po nating emphasize. Alam mo, there's no difference talaga really. Ako po sa Tagal, I have canvas 11. Sa 11 na yan, 9 ang aking under COMELEC control. There's really no difference between a COMELEC control and an election na, it so happen, parang, pero sinabi mo lang na itong bag na to, ano po yan, Hermes, gano'n. Parang gano'n na, pero parang bag. Opo, pero napapamahal lang because of the branding. But however, Ang difference lang pong main difference there is only once it is declared under COMELEC control, you will be interfering in the administrative supervision of the local government unit na hindi naman namin gusto. So in 2007, when we declared Nueva Ecija in 204 Isabela in Nueva Ecija, ako rin po doon. In 2007, we have Nueva Ecija and Sharif Kabunsuan. Ngayon hindi na po yung Sharif, it's not anymore a province. When I handled those two provinces, ano po ito? Yung you will be participating in the administrative supervision of the local government unit, particularly in the release, disbursement, expenditure of public funds. Eh hindi naman namin po gusto yun, di ba? So ang purpose lang ng COMELEC is to introduce election. So what the heck for the administrative supervision of the local government unit? That's the reason why, ang sabi ko nga, kasabihan lang po yung COMELEC control. But for Region 3, ang arrangement namin po with PNP and AFP is that our preparation is that as if we're going to war, kanga nila. So ang marching orders, parang lahat ng ano natin is under COMELEC control. Parang ganun po yung preparations natin.